Hello, Australia. I'm Shawn Achor, and I am so excited to invite you to an event that's coming to you this February. We've been told our whole life that the formula for happiness and success is simple. You work harder, you'll be more successful, and then you'll be happier. But based upon the research I've been doing in 50 countries that I started back at Harvard University, we found that the research is showing that that formula is backwards. Happiness is actually the precursor to greater levels of success. And by creating more positive brain, not only to become more resilient and improve our well-being, we raise every single business and educational outcome we know how to test for. This mission has deep roots there in Australia. I actually wrote the parable, The Orange Frog, which is a short summary of all the positive psychology research I've been doing over the past 2 decades, and a summary of the happiness advantage, but of course in parable form. I wrote it while I was there in Australia, and I thought I was inspired not only by the country, but by the people I met. And I thought it was a perfect way of bringing this research to life. I've partnered with Andy Greatrex. Andy Greatrex and I have worked together for more than a decade, and he's also become a good friend. Now, Andy is a true blood Aussie, and he actually now lives in Celebration, Florida, on the doorstep of the Magic Kingdom for Disney. So between these two things, this is one of the most incredible people to bring this research to life, to not only talk about how this research is important and practical, but be able to understand the science that led us to these outcome changes we're seeing at our organizations, in our personal lives, and in our schools. On Wednesday, February 25th, Andy and the team at the Association Specialist are hosting a complimentary webinar about the research from the Happiness Advantage, the secret to better work and results. You also hear from the brilliant Devin Hughes, as well as Andy and host Craig Moore from Channel 7. And it's a deep dive into how you can protect your mental resources, drive better outcomes, and improve our emotional immune system. Now, an orange frog might seem whimsical, but do not let that fool you. This is based upon peer-reviewed research from the top science and psychology journals across the globe. I've done this research in more than 50 countries over the past 2 decades, starting at Harvard University and then working with NASA and the NFL and the NBA and a third of the Fortune 100 companies, working with impoverished schools in Africa and working on Wall Street as well. And what we found in each of those places is that if you can create a positive change to the brain, you can measure and quantify the outcome change in terms of their business and educational outcomes on the backside. And this works not only when times are good, this works when times are challenging as well. So what we're talking about here is an interactive hour of happiness that describes these happiness habits and the happiness hygiene experiments that we've been seeing that take no more than 2 minutes out of your day, but you reap an incredible advantage across the spectrum of your life. Andy and his team are available to do workshops across Australia until late 2026. They're even doing a public program on the Orange Frog for those of you who want to join in. So click the link and sign up for the free webinar so you can hear this life-changing research and be able to share it with other people as well. It's time to stop waiting for happiness and instead use happiness to fuel greater levels of success. I hope you'll join us.